Hello dear friend, welcome back to my channel. My name is Day and I'm here to explain it all. I'm feeling quite under the weather this chilly Sunday afternoon. I thought that I would film something for you guys, and that's how this happened. So I've got my little mug of tea right here. I've got a bunch of products from Milani. They are a really affordable brand that you can find pretty much anywhere from Walmart to pharmacy drugstores like Walgreens, CVS. These products usually go on pretty good sales. And that's how I've accrued most of them today, was through sales, specifically through CVS. So if you're interested at all in Milani Cosmetics and you want to learn more about the brand, why don't you stick around, because Day Explains It All begins right now. So the first product we will be trying today is the Milani Soft Focus Glow Primer. It says Complexion Enhancer. This is in the shade 1 Nude Glow for fair to light skin. And the description says, get a dewy, radiant glow with this weightless, mineral-based luminizer with soft focus, pearl pigments to revive, perfect, and smooth the appearance of the skin. It says it contains moisturizing hyaluronic acid, which is super good, especially for this drier and colder winter months. It's has brightening rose water and soothing cucumber. All right, so we're just gonna try this out. It comes in this really cute pump, which is really nice, especially for travel. And this is 1.59 ounces, so you could travel with this in your carry-on bag if need be. I'm just gonna pump this out. It's got this kind of luminosity to it. I'm just gonna do a quick swatch on the hand. Oh yeah, that looks super nice. It's got some radiance to it. Doesn't really smell like anything, but it does feel really nice and smooth. So I'm just gonna apply that to my face and I will be right back. Alright, so this is the primer on the skin. It feels really nice and smoothing. So I'm going to supplement this primer just because I know this is not necessarily a smoothing primer, and I do have a lot of pores, especially in this area right here. So I am going to go in with my e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. If you've ever heard about the Tatcha primer that literally everyone on YouTube raves about but costs like $40 or $50, this is a great alternative dupe for it. I do love this product, and it's so much, you're never gonna run out of it, like, at all. I just take a little bit and I'm just gonna press this in. I'm not gonna rub or anything, I'm just gonna press it in. Gonna take a little bit more from the other side and just really go in there and press the product into those target areas. And I'm just gonna start applying. So this is what one coat looks like. You can see my freckles kind of peeking through. Freckles here, but honestly, it's not that bad. Let's see what 2 coats look like. Alright, so this is 2 coats. Again, you can still see freckles and sunspots peeking through. But for the most part, it did cancel the redness underneath my nose. Not bad. Looking up close, nothing looks too cakey. I have a feeling it might separate a little bit in the nose area, but that is pretty recurring with other foundations that I've used before. Alright, well, I am pretty pleased with that. And I think we can move on to the next step. Is concealer. I've heard awful things about Milani concealers, to be quite honest. I know they have one that kind of comes in like a little squeezy tube, and they do have one in a doe foot applicator. I think that formulation is a little bit younger than the one that comes in that little squeezy tube. But I honestly haven't tried them, and it just hasn't occurred to me to even try their concealers, just because I heard from Tati that they really weren't that good. So I'm going to use my tried and true e.l.f. 16-hour Camo Concealer. This is in the shade Medium Sand, and this has a huge doe foot applicator. So if you're into the Shape Tape, girl, you might really like this. And this concealer is only $6. So I'm just going to apply just a little bit. I don't want to go overboard because this concealer is quite thick. So I'm just going to put a little bit of that there. And I'm going to use my beloved Colourpop No Filter Concealer. This is the second one of these that I've purchased in this year alone. This is in the shade Light 18. This is a lot more watery. The doe foot applicator is a lot smaller and a flat shape, which I know a lot of people really enjoy. I find that it's really easy to kind of like get in here and lay down product. And I find that the e.l.f. and the Colourpop really go well together. Okay, I'm just gonna let this sit for about 30 seconds and we'll be right back. We are primed and concealed, and our next step is eyeshadow, specifically eyeshadow primer. I have the Milani eyeshadow primer in the shade 1 Nude. It claims to provide over 8 hours of wear. It claims to be lightweight with a non-sticky texture, minimizes creasing, and the instructions ask to blend well all over eyelid and allow it to set for 30 seconds. This is a very small little bottle, but honestly, like, how much of this, like, how quickly would you use this up? Just gonna squeeze this out. It's very similar actually in the shade to that Soft Focus Glow. It's a little oily. I have very oily eyelids and hooded eyes, so I don't know that you can see the concealer already kind of like crazy creasing. I've never tried this primer before. I just opened the box, so let's just see what happens. Alright, so I made a huge oopsie, which was I applied the product on eyelids that already had makeup. I had to remove the concealer and then reapply the primer. I'm still not sure. It looks quite patchy and it's kind of clinging into dry spots, even though I did moisturize my eyes with the Belief eye cream before applying makeup. So I don't know. I'm not quite sure. We'll have to see how the eyeshadow performs on top of it. Next up is eyeshadow palettes. I have 2 eyeshadow palettes from Milani. I have number 3, Soft and Sultry. It's this beautiful, cool toned palette. It's got some grays, some blacks, a row of shimmers, a row of mattes, including this really cute pink shade. And then you have 2 mattes, and then 1 more shimmer over here. I also have the Pure Passion number 4. This one is a lot more warm and red tone. We have some matte crease shades over here, some beautiful metallics, another row of mattes, and another row of metallics right here. I have to say, out of the 2 of them, the Soft and Sultry is my personal favorite. It is a recommendation from Jam Beauty 89, Jessica Braun, here on YouTube, and I really love this eyeshadow palette. I've delved into it quite a bit. I don't know if you can see how beat up this little shade in the middle here is. I'm not a fan of their shimmer formulas. I find them to be quite crumbly. You can see that glitter right there, but their metallics and their mattes are fantastic, especially for the drugstore. So I'm just going to delve into my little soft and sultry right here. I've got the Milani 3-piece travel set, jet set eye brush kit. Again, this is new, never have opened before. I found these at CVS. They usually run for about $10 for the set of 3, and these are cruelty free, so if that is a legitimate concern for you, you can shop easy with Milani. So these are the 3 eyeshadow brushes that we get from that kit. They are quite small. They are meant for traveling, right? And you have a sort of crease blending, kind of tapered on the top, a smaller, precise blending brush. This is like for darker colors in like the little corner here. And then I have an all over flat shader brush. So let's just take this little guy right here and let's dip into Soft Touch, which is this middle kind of grayish, soft grayish tone. And I'm just going to apply that all over my lid. I like the brush so far. I feel like it was really easy to kind of just blend this product into the crease right here. And I'm just going to dip into that second color right here. This is the shade Smoking Hot. Alright, super easy. You saw how fast I just took this brush, dipped it into the lighter color, and then I dipped it into that darker gray shade. Right, next up, I'm going to take this shade right here. This is the color In the Buff, and this is like the whitest, creamiest drugstore eyeshadow I have found. It even rivals that Wet n Wild like single pan eyeshadow in Creme Brulee. That used to be my favorite, but this is definitely now my favorite. So I'm going to take that, just pack that onto that. Ooh, that might be a little bit too much. I'm just going to tap off. Oh my god. Okay, they're very powdery. I'm just going to tap off the excess and just place that in the middle of my lid. I just want to open up my eye. Alright, and this is what we've got going on right now. A really just natural wash of color, especially if you're like an everyday girl, you just want to, you know, throw something on to go to the office or go to school, go to work. This is a really good palette. Alright, now I think I'm going to take this middle metallic shade here. This is called Come Hither. I'm just gonna pack that on my finger, and I'm just going to tap closer to the outer edges of my eye, and this is just gonna deepen up that crease. All right, this is what we're working with right now, and I want to take the darker gray in the eyeshadow palette. It's gonna be this shade right here. This is in the color After Hours. I'm just gonna take a little bit of this on this kind of like smaller shader, crease shader. And I'm just gonna again just add a little bit more depth in the outer corner of the eye. All right, and here is the finished eye look. Just very natural, very easy to do. I'm gonna add eyeliner. This is the Makeup Revolution Renaissance Flick eyeliner. I've tried Milani eyeliners and I do not like them. I find that they're quite drying and they're really patchy and hard to apply. Next up, we have the Milani, the violet one. This is their new eyelash primer. I really like this one, guys. It's quite violet. They're not lying. It's got like this short, stubby mascara one that I find really coats the lashes quite evenly. All right, so that's what that looks like. And the best part about this is that you can really build up that volume. Like, can you see that? Like, how crazy that looks? All right, so this is the before. You can see those lashes have been super extended. And I'm just going to go in with the Sally Beauty Collab mascara. This is The Works. This is Tati's favorite mascara from the drugstore. I really, really like it. Again, with those short kind of bristles. It's got a curved end on one side and a more spiky end on the other. All right, and those are our lashes. Move on to blushes. I just wanted to show you some of those soft and sultry shades. These are the mattes, these are the metallics. And I've got some mattes from the Pure Passions and some metallics right here. So you can get kind of like an idea of the shade range for both palettes. All right, so let's move on to blush. I have two options. I have the Luminoso blush, which I haven't tried before, but I really wanted to try this Milani. Isn't that beautiful? Just the overlay of the petals. This is their powder blush in 01 Romantic Rose. It's this really nice, cool toned mauve pinky color that I feel like is going to be perfect for fall. Here she is. That's beautiful. Oh my gosh. All right, let's dig in. I'm just taking an e.l.f. blush brush. This is a grape blush brush. I believe Emily Noel uses it here on YouTube. I'm just gonna pick up a little bit of product, tap the excess, and just apply to the apples of my cheeks. That's a beautiful shade. All right, that's how that looks. It's just a really nice soft wash of color. Oh, it's so smooth, you guys. I'm just gonna swatch it on the back of my hand. That's what that looks like. It's actually, it looks a little bit more peachier on camera than it does in real life. In real life, it really does look a lot more cool toned. It's powdery, but it's not like super powdery. I really like that, guys. Doesn't that look nice? Milani also has a bronzer line, but I really did not enjoy their formula. I thought it was really patchy, and it was just really hard to find a color that matched my undertone. I feel that their bronzers run a little bit too orange. It might just be me. So if you've tried the Milani bronzer before, why don't you let me know below? What do you think about it? Guys, we are almost ready with our full face, or almost full face, of Milani products. The next step is lips. Now, I've tried the Milani liquid lipstick line. I've tried both their matte cream and the Amore satin matte cream line. Don't like those. I think they're way too drying, way too patchy, and overpriced for their performance. I haven't tried the bullet lipsticks though, so if you do like those, why don't you let us know below which ones are your favorite, which shades do you really like, and whether or not you would recommend them to us. Instead, I thought I would show you guys my favorite liquid lipstick of all time. I've tried NARS, I've tried Ofra, but none of them can beat the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Lip. This has avocado oil. It has a lot of other really moisturizing and nice ingredients. This is a swatch right here. This is an all natural nude. Isn't that? Oh my God. So beautiful. And it is super creamy. You cannot go wrong with this product. It's got a little doe foot applicator with a little middle. I don't know if you can see the little hole in the middle. That's kind of meant to disperse more product more evenly. So in theory, you would have to dip your wand less times into the product to get the same payoff. All right. This is what that looks like. It's just so creamy, guys. It's so comfortable on the lips. You could have these on for hours and you wouldn't know any better. All right, and last but not least, we have the Milani Make a Dewy Setting Spray for a 16-hour wear. This claims to be 3-in-1, hydrating, illuminating, and setting power. It says it's a lightweight spray that locks in makeup up to 16 hours and provides a refreshing effect and a healthy looking glow. We'll see about that. All right, so before I set the foundation, I'm just gonna take again my little beauty sponge. Make sure that everything is covered, that there are no creases anywhere. Oh, it's a little wet. It's not as aerosol-y as other setting sprays. I'm thinking about the Murphy, the continuous fluid setting spray. That's just like a really fine like mist. This is not like that. So you might really want to spray from afar so that you don't get those little droplets of setting spray kind of sticking to your face. That smells really good. Just gonna let that set for a second. All right. And this is what our full face of makeup looks like. Let me know in the comments below, what would you try? What have you tried? What products should I look for next time that I hit the drugstore? Let me know below. Please subscribe and thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye.